So getting into bourbon can be a very interesting, very exciting hobby with so many different things to try, so many people you can meet, and so many different stories to hear. But a lot of the things that make this hobby so enticing can also make it very overwhelming. And I wanted to jump on here today. I wanted to make this video just to give you guys a few tips and tricks that I wish I had known when I first got into drinking bourbon, that maybe would have helped things go a little smoother. Definitely would have got me out on my feet a little better. And hopefully I can pass on a couple things to y'all that maybe haven't thought about before, maybe that do help you get into the buying, the finding, the hunting. So we'll jump right into it. And number one, and probably the most important really, is to have what I would say almost a theme for what you want your collection to be. Do you want to be the host friend that has all kinds of stuff to make cocktails with? Do you want to be the guy that has all the hype bottles, that goes out and finds nothing but the Wellers, the H. Taylors, Stags, your Master's Keeps, all those high-end bottles that people want to see on your shelf, that you want to talk about, that you want to show off? Or do you want to be the collector, the one that has a little bit of everything, the craft, the big-time distillers? You just want to have tons and tons of bottles for different people to try. And none of these options are bad by any means. And of course, whatever you want to do, and that's what I really want to stress with this point, is that if you're looking to be one of those things, make sure you're buying towards those goals. And that kind of segues me into my second point, which is have some kind of a budget, have a plan. Because if you just roll into a store and you're dropping $100 a bottle, $100 a bottle, $100 a bottle, you're going to burn out real quick. This is by no means a cheap hobby, even if you go for only cheap whiskeys. Especially if you want to be the host friend, if you want to have a bar, your glassware, your bar tools, all the different ingredients, all those things are going to add up quick. And the same thing if you're the hype bottle hunter. If you're only looking for those high dollar bottles, even if you know where to go to not pay markup for them, you're still going to be paying some money, because most of those bottles are still $50, $60 a piece, even if you do find them at MSRP. Make sure you have some kind of a budget in place. Start out small, and even if you do want to begin with hunting the unicorn bottles, talk to your local people, talk to your store owners, get plugged into a group, figure out where to go. And that'll lead me into point number 3. Make sure you're getting plugged in. Follow a channel. Get plugged into a Discord. Find a Facebook group. Chat up your store owners when you're hunting. These guys are going to help you find the stuff you want to find, as well as maybe give you recommendations for some stuff that you would have never even thought about trying to get for yourself. Whether it be an Impossible Unicorn Bottles perfect alternative, a mirror, something that tastes just like what you want it to taste like. Maybe to be getting plugged into a store so you can get your first shot at barrel picks. Maybe getting involved in a Facebook group that is able to get exclusive picks. But that's the key point of it, is get plugged in. People that'll let you try something from their private collections. People that know where to go find the good stuff, so to speak. People that can get you plugged in with your store owners or into whatever bottle share clubs you're going to get into to try some of these unicorn bottles, maybe before you spend hundreds of dollars on them. All of these things are going to be huge to getting you on track and rolling out in the way that you would want to with your bourbon collection. And that leads into my fourth and final point, some tips on how to develop your collection, how you develop your palate over time. Because yes, you go hunt down these unicorn bottles and they're very popular for a reason, because most of them are pretty good. But there's also other great options out there beside them. So develop your palate some. Every now and again, even if it's outside of your brand, buy some stuff that you're interested in. Buy something that sounds good, especially once you develop your flavor profile that you really click with a little bit more. Buy multiple releases from the same distiller to kind of get an idea of how different mash bills and ingredients affect the flavor profile, or age, or even if you enjoy getting single barrels of the same brand, something that maybe came from the bottom floor of the rick house versus the top floor on the west side of the rick house that catches sun more the day it's hotter, that's whatever. All those little nuances can greatly change the taste, and buying all these different options gives you an opportunity to really experience how they impact your bottles specifically. But to wrap up the 4 big points that I wish I knew when I had started collecting: make sure you have a plan. Craft, host, legacy buyer, unicorn hunter, whatever. Make sure you have a plan. Budget around that said plan and stick to it. Do your best to keep it in line with whatever you want it to be. Get plugged into some groups. find the guys that can help you along the way, that can get you tastings, that can help you find those unicorn bottles, that may be even willing to give you out of their personal collections their back stock of your specific finds. And number 4, try what you can, whether it's from the guys in those groups you meet, whether it's buying a few one-off bottles every now and again, or going to bottle shares, going to bars, getting tastings. Get plugged in and try what you want. Develop that palate, learn the nuances and the differences in those different bottles, and that will make you so much more appreciative of when you find a bottle you really truly enjoy, and just in general of finding all those different flavor notes in everything you try. I appreciate you guys clicking on the video. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to stick around with us, this is Backcountry Bourbon, where we're going to be out here in the woods trying good whiskeys, enjoying our time, talking about some of the things we learned along the way. We're going to start shooting for those weekly uploads. So like, comment, subscribe if you want to stick around. I'll catch you guys in the next one.